Hey everyone, I'm PC Gamer. Welcome back to another episode of My Summer Car. Hope you all are doing well. In this episode, basically I think what we're going to do is just bring our car in for a tune-up, although it looks like our hood has fallen off, lol. That always happens to my car for some reason. But the first thing I thought we would do is just bring it in and have this episode just basically like a tune-up video, or just a tune-up episode I guess I should say. Pull that choke out. There we go. And yeah, I'm just basically gonna drive it into the garage. Yeah, parking brakes off. There we go. I'm just gonna carefully pull it in the garage, and then we're gonna do it basically like a tune-up on it. There, yeah, that should do it. And then parking brake. Take this out of gear. And then I'll let this warm up here for a minute. But basically, I'm going to try and do a carburetor adjustment. Yeah. So I have to wait a little while for the radiator to warm up, for the car to warm up, and then we'll do a carburetor adjustment. And then we'll also see about topping off the fluids, as well as putting our fire extinguisher in here if we can. I have the normal seats, so I'm not exactly 100% on if we will actually be able to do that or not. But we'll try. As we wait for this, you just want this temp gauge to be straight up and down. And we need to put more fuel in this car as well. As you can see, we're already in the green, so it may not need a carb adjustment. There's the phone. Let's see who's calling. As that'll continue to warm up on its own. See here, 2 sewage jobs up at the shop. So there's something we could do. Well, we take the truck up to the shop, but we could at least fill our car up with gas and then take it if we had to. Our car's still not warmed up here, but we're in the green basically. And you see here 14.7, 14.8. As long as you're in this green arc, you should be alright. I think 13-ish is where you get more power, but you gotta be careful because you can start backfiring and it'll damage the engine. Yeah, so that sounds like it's running good. Let's get out and just check and make sure everything's doing alright. It looks good there. We got our belts, our fans on our radiators aren't even spinning because it's not, car's not warmed up. But here we go. It all looks good to me. Let's go ahead and kill it. The engine anyway. And then there we go. Since the carburetor adjustment looks fine, let's go ahead and see if we can't chop off our fluids. We'll take our oil cap, our radiator cap, although it would be pressurized. You wouldn't really want to do that in real life. And then our clutch and master cylinder caps off, and top these guys off. So let's see here. Where's my oil? Here's my oil. Over here. Here we go. Yeah, get just right. There we go. We'll fill that back up with oil. There we go. Set that there. And this is my my stash of used fluid. Brake fluid looks okay. Oh, it may have been slightly low. They'll look okay though. This is the main part. They're not way down. But basically, you just want to do this regularly, I guess I would say. Especially if you drive it hard, like right after a rally, I would definitely recommend it. Because as you can see, these do consume a little bit of fluid. There's another one there. Sometimes really hard to get. But it will consume oil and it will consume radiator fluid. I don't know about brake fluid. It would consume it rather slow because I haven't seen a big consumption, but definitely oil. Ooh, okay, well, rip. I accidentally pressed left click and we just let all the coolant out of our car. Dang it. I did not mean to do that. Let's pick this back up. And put this back. What? Had a check mark. There we go. And now this will be empty again, unfortunately. There's a really good tip for you guys. If you ever take one of the radiator hoses off, as you can see, it will completely empty the coolant from the car. Let's try and get this centered up here. There's another phone call. My summer car for you. Another flat load of wood we can do. Alright, let's see here. This is tricky. There we go. Now she's filling. It'll take a little while to fill all the way up, but I don't know if it'll go in all of this one. But we'll see. But I've had a really bad experience on stream of when I accidentally removed a radiator hose and then put it on and drove away thinking it was fine. It's not fine. If ever you accidentally even just misclick on one of the radiator hoses like I did and it disconnects, you have to fill it back up with coolant. That's why I will typically have a lot of coolant on hand. Looks full though. I think this one here is out of coolant. I'll just go ahead. Actually, I'll just leave it over here. I'll put it under this shelf. There we go. Alright, now you just want to put your caps back on as we were doing. And now I'm going to fire this thing back up just to make sure it doesn't start overheating for some random reason, because it can do that. Alright, I'll just let it sit there. Now then, I need to see if I can't find what bolts go to these hood. I'm just going to undo these all the way, because this hood always glitches out every time I reload the save. It'll fall off. So what I'm going to do is just undo all the bolts here, and then take it off. Come down here, take it, flip it. Maybe not like that. There we go. And then put it back on, and then see if I can't get these bolts. Much easier. There we go. And then I'll resecure these. Hopefully that will stop that from glitching out. Not exactly sure if it will or not though. Alright. Let's see, hopefully it's not overheating. Looks good to me. Alright, I'll go ahead and shut that off now. It doesn't appear to be overheating or anything like that. The next thing let's try and do is figure out where the heck this fire extinguisher goes. We're going to need the bracket, and then we're going to need our tools. Grab these and then set them here. I'm not exactly sure what size they are. Let's see here. Okay, there it is. Looks like two small bolts. It might be the same as the hood. They are. So this is a 6. So these are 6mm bolts, and they apparently just screw into the floor like so. There we go. And then the fire extinguisher itself, right here, should just go right in there. It did a flip, but it's still on there. Next thing I want to do is check our spark plugs. And just make sure that they're tight. Well, I can't, but I'll grab my toolkit, and I'm gonna go check and make sure that our muffler is still screwed in here, because it loves to come undone and fall off.
That's pretty much everything in the whole wide world to do. Let me see here. Can't quite see where that goes. There it is. I think it was a rather small one. 7 maybe? Try that. Should just pop this little back up here. Yeah, so just go undo this all the way. That's fine. And then put it back on and screw it down. Sometimes alright, it seems like these glitch out a little bit. And so sometimes redoing them will make them stay.
But there we go. Now all we gotta do is put our toolkit back on the shelf, close it, and then the last thing let's do is fill it up. So undo our cap here, and this green can is for the fuel, and we filled it up. Oh, I need to open it though. There we go. And then there we go. Now we will slowly fill it.
Alright, now that it's done, the indicator's gone away, which means that this fuel can is empty. We'll put this outside to remind me I need to take it back and fill it. Right there. And yeah, that's basically going to be the tune-up. All we did was just basically top off the fluids and check everything. But like I said, it's a really good idea to continue checking those fluids, because they will evaporate the harder and the more you drive the car. There we go. And we install our fire extinguisher, so there we go. Let's put it in reverse. Alright, there we go.
Alright guys, well, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you guys are all doing well. Until next time, take it easy. See ya.